Hello, I'm Rebecca Hiraoka, and I am so honored to be here with you today talking about your wonderful global services department. So let's dive right in. So within global services in CSL, we are serving individuals and communities that are outside of the United States. And we also house World Ministry of Prayer. And it is such an honor to get to serve the communities, the people that we do. It's an honor to get to be in prayer with people every day. And so we're just grateful. Both Blanca and I are grateful to be in this work. Blanca is my partner in global services. She is the global services specialist. Blanca is a spiritual director, a powerful teacher and leader. She lives in Cancun, Mexico, and she spent many years serving CSL in Latin America. And her role expanded this year. So she and I both now serve all communities that are outside of the United States. And you may be wondering where we are outside of the US. This is probably our most frequently asked question because religious science as a movement was founded in the United States. It's certainly influenced by many ideas, philosophies, theologies around the world, but it was founded in the US and it's where the majority of our communities are. However, we do have a presence, significant presence, and a growing presence around the world. We have 59 CSL communities located outside of the United States, and they're involved in all sorts of really beautiful work. They teach, they uplift, write, lead gender empowerment projects, lead environmental projects. They're incredible. The countries where we have, I would say, the most significant CSL presence outside of the US are Mexico, Canada, Peru, and Kenya. And we have practitioners located within 26 countries. So just over 10% of our practitioners live outside of the United States, which is exciting. We have ministers, spiritual directors in 10 countries, which is about 12% of our ministers, spiritual directors live outside of the US. And we have some key partnerships that I wanted to note for you all because no work within CSL gets done in a vacuum. Partnership is critical. And in global services, it's really our bread and butter. Partnership, whether it's with individuals, communities, other committees, other departments, it's really how we do our work. So we specifically spend a lot of time partnering with our amazing Global Outreach Committee. I cannot say enough about this committee and the work that they do with CSL, for CSL, really for this movement and this teaching and for people around the world. The Global Outreach Committee is comprised of people from all over the world who are passionate about this teaching and are also passionate about the way in which this teaching is understood and comes together and impacts people's lives in a powerful way around the world. We also work with our amazing CSL departments to explore what does it look like to be a global organization? What does it look like to serve people in the United States, but also around the world? What does that look like? And so we're honored to be able to do that work with our fellow CSL departments. We work with the incredible Spanish language task force that does so much work behind the scenes. They are amazing interpreters and translators, and just bring so much heart and wisdom and skill to the work they do. We feel lucky to partner with Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Committee, doing important work in this world to promote and help us understand the value of diversity, the value of equity, and the value of inclusion. And we also are part of the Sacred Activism Committee, which is headed by the spiritual leader, Dr. Sunny, and participates in some really, some really cool events. We've done a prayer-a-thon, which we'll talk about in a minute, and that was part of the Sacred Activism Committee's work last year in 2024. So our core goals, we're a global community, and our core goals are expanding our global lens across the organization, ethical, cross-cultural practices, direct service and support, expanding and streamlining our interpretation and translation, regular stakeholder meetings and gatherings, and World Ministry of Prayer support for what's happening already, and expansion. So our 2024 highlights. We served over 50 communities globally. We partnered with the Global Outreach Committee, and we had a really fruitful planning retreat for 2025 with the committee in December of 2024. We had World Ministry of Prayer move into global services, so move into the global services department in 2024. And we started the planning process for a new phone system to be able to serve globally. Our World Ministry of Prayer has an email and a phone team and social media, and our phone team has limited us to serve the United States, but we're looking into a new system that will let us serve people around the world. So translations and interpretations for home office, that's a major thing that we do in conjunction with the Spanish language task force. We partnered with fellow home office departments to support their work internationally. We participated in the work that we always do around parity and equity in terms of payments. And in conjunction with Sacred Activism, we hosted 2 prayer-a-thons, which was really exciting for peace and for Earth Day. So 2025 goals. We're excited about this year and continuing the good work that we're engaged in and expanding it. We are going to have a global storytelling project with a global outreach committee where we highlight and provide platform for the stories that are happening in our CSL communities globally to be shared more broadly out with people, because we know that stories are a way in which we come to understand each other in our teachings in powerful ways. And in global services, we know that we can't fully understand our teaching if we're not understanding it through the lens of others and the lens of the global community. We're collaborating with education for translation and interpretation of new courses. Global CSL Communities Feedback and Needs Assessment. We want to do a feedback and needs assessment this year so that we can better understand how we can serve people. We are connecting and updating vital community information. That's part of that feedback and needs assessment. With World Ministry of Prayer, as I mentioned, we're looking into a new phone system, expanding World Ministry of Prayer into Spanish and a potential expansion in Ukraine and Kenya, or partnering with ministries that are already in existence. So we're going to continue partnering with Sacred Activism around events. We're going to update and up-level our online presence on our website and social media, and we're going to be part of the sibling community program. So stay tuned to hear more about that in the coming months, but we believe that connecting communities to each other in a sibling community program can be a really powerful way to connect. So if you'd like to reach us in global services, please reach out. You can reach me at rhiraoka@csl.org, and you can see the email on here. That's rhiraoka@csl.org. And you can reach Blanca Mejia at bmejia@csl.org, bmejia@csl.org. And you can find the website on here as well. It's really an honor to be in community with you, and it's an honor to be part of serving this global community that we have in CSL.